There's a common misconception that people with disabilities should rest as much as possible and not push their limits with exercise. But according to experts, playing sports can actually be very beneficial as it promotes physical and mental well-being. Fortunately, in recent years, the mindset surrounding disabled people in sports has been shifting in Taiwan. An increasing number of people are joining exercise outings and signing up for competition in parasports. From paddleboarding and open water swimming to wheelchair tennis and boccia, there's a wealth of options to be explored. Our Sunday special report.
It's
early autumn and the water at Shen'ao Harbor is rather chilly, but the cold does not ruin their excitement in the slightest. One of the participants in this outing is Huang Yen-sheng, who loves being in the water. On the paddleboard, you can choose to sit down like in a canoe or stand up like on a surfboard. Balancing upright without falling into the water is a true test for the core and the lower body. Huang had polio as a child, which caused muscle atrophy in his legs. Standing up on the paddleboard is no easy feat, so he's opted to row sitting down.
If I sit for a long time, my bum and my legs get numb. Most people can stand up and change positions, but we can only sit. If we try to stand up, we fall in the water because we're too unsteady.
Another participant waits calmly for the instructor to help her back on the paddleboard. She and two other women in the group are deaf and, like Huang, are part of an association that promotes sports for people with disabilities in Keelung.
Today we have 15 instructors. That's an instructor-to-student ratio of almost 1-to-1. That way they can feel at ease on the water.
Kang Rong-hong has been doing paddleboarding classes for people with disabilities for 3 years now. At the beginning, he was most careful about accommodating to people who'd previously had polio like Huang. Now, Huang doesn't worry him at all. Almost every day, Huang heads to the local pool. For him, swimming requires less effort than walking.
My
legs aren't that strong, so I've always swum using just my arms.
Though he pushes forward with just his arms, his speed and stamina is not to be underestimated. Huang is 62 and has been swimming for more than 22 years. Now he's a frequent winner at open water swimming competitions and has previously swum to Turtle Island and Keelung Island from Taiwan proper. He's also the first swimmer in 20 years to make it across to Liuqiu Island. Huang says that he was initially afraid of the water and that swimming didn't come naturally to him.
I saw people would go to sports classes, but I couldn't. I didn't feel confident in anything I did in class. I think it's a common problem for people with disabilities. We all grow up with low self-esteem.
When Huang was 2 years old, he contracted polio. He'd get massages and go to physiotherapy, but didn't do any exercise. A turning point in his life came when he joined Junior Chamber International at the age of 20. Holding and taking part in events helps him build up self-confidence. At 40, he found his passion for swimming thanks to a friend.
Even when it's windy and rainy, I go to Heping Island Geopark to practice all by myself. No matter heavy rains, strong winds, or tall waves, I still exercise through the whole afternoon.
Huang honed his swimming skills and ended up acquiring certification to be a swimming instructor, a competition referee, and a lifeguard. He also pushed his limits to become certified as a lifeguard instructor.
At the exam, people were running into the sea. I could only walk slowly, but as soon as I got in the water, I quickly caught up to them. I'm fully aware that my body is different from others, but in the water I can swim just like anyone else, or even better.
Daily swims and varied sports have helped Huang build muscle in his legs, which are now much fuller than before. Hydrotherapy has been practiced in Taiwan for quite some time already. Wu Ermo was among the first batch of physiotherapists to be trained and practiced at Zhenxing General Hospital. Here, he has helped countless polio patients go through rehabilitation.
I lost some strength, and Wu Ermo advised me to come to hydrotherapy to prevent my tendons from becoming stiffer and stiffer.
When she contracted polio, Ms. Jiang lost mobility in one of her legs and joined the hydrotherapy courses at Zhenxing General Hospital 30 years ago. She recently suffered a fall that left her with a broken thigh bone and a broken knee, so she's back in hydrotherapy.
When she swims freestyle, she doesn't move her legs. She's just using her arms. Relying on your arms only can stretch your spine, and it helps improve your cardiopulmonary capacity while exercising the muscles in the upper body. It's very beneficial.
Therapeutic swimming courses vary based on the patient's condition to take into account the different postures of each move.
We all have to exercise, and that's especially the case for people with disabilities. If they have reduced mobility and decide to not move at all, if they just sit in a wheelchair without moving about, they will very likely gain weight. That increases the burden on their heart and their body. Their joints carry extra weight, which wears them out faster.
In recent years, an increasing number of disabled people have become involved in sports. Some of the sports are adapted to specific disabilities, such as wheelchair baseball and wheelchair badminton. One popular option playable by everyone is boccia, a ball sport said to be suitable for anyone aged 0 to 99.
The first rule is that you have to be sitting on a chair. Even if you are able-bodied, you have to sit on a chair. Wheelchair users like us can just stay on our wheelchairs. Or, for example, if you have reduced mobility throughout your body, you can kick the ball. If you can't kick it with your legs, you can use your head to propel it onto the court.
Boccia was originally designed to be played by people with severe disabilities. The rules are very simple. You have to sit down and throw balls at the white target called the jack. The player closest to the jack wins. Boccia requires dexterity and teamwork. People with cerebral palsy often have body stiffness due to hypertonia, which makes propelling the ball forward smoothly a tricky task.
I can't really grasp a ball because my muscles are too stiff.
Boccia has been included in the Paralympic Games program since 1984. Wu was a big promoter of the sport in Taiwan, introducing his patients and friends to the game. Among them are Lin Yueqing and Shi Shuxu, an unstoppable mother-daughter duo.
When she wants to kick the ball, I'm her assistant. I'm also her coach. I'm even certified.
She is 51 years old and is currently pursuing a master's degree. Due to cerebral palsy, she requires assistance in her daily life and has difficulties communicating with others. As she only has mobility in one leg, boccia is one of the few sports she can play and enjoy.
She can't play other sports, only boccia. She can kick the ball. It helps to some degree. If she weren't exercising, her body would atrophy.
Another boccia player is Chen Zhongfu, who previously played with wheelchair table tennis and wheelchair tennis. After a tracheotomy operation, doctors advised him against strenuous exercise, so boccia became his sport of choice.
When I started playing, I would get tired after about half an hour, but perhaps because I kept at it, I was able to play for a whole hour, then 2 hours, then 3. The past 3 months, I've been practicing 3 hours daily to prepare for a competition.
Chen has seen his health improve thanks to boccia. Sports like these allow people with disabilities to feel better physically and mentally. Wu says it's a pity that parasports like boccia are just considered leisure and rehabilitation activities in Taiwan. He says there's a long way to go before they can go professional.
像我们地板滚球，我们到哪里打，你知道吗？
Do you know where we go play boccia? We go to public spaces like MRT plazas, but people come and try to kick us out, saying it's illegal. There's nowhere to practice, no coaches and no equipment. There's a lot of obstacles.
Parasports are often left out of sports discussions in Taiwan. Wu says that the only way to change things is to revise the government's policies on sports activities so that disabled athletes can shine and bring glory to Taiwan on the international stage.